never done this before. We'll down.
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. It's the Midsouth Mafia throwback race, and I'm joined alongside BJ Duvall. And BJ's going to have to help me. So these drivers, they had a little fun, and if they did not have a profile on SDK, it went to the name that their throwback car is on. Like on the poll, it shows the 115 of Rob Blair, and to his outside is Daryl Nelson in Hood Up Motorsports car number 7.
Inside of row number 2 is going to be Nick Hoffman in the 23, and to his outside for 011 Motorsports, it's going to be Joey Reeder.
Row number 3 to the inside, and car number 53 is Scott Smith in the Sidebite Motorsports, and to his outside is Clint Smith in the 44.
Inside row number 4 from Apex Industries, it's going to be Damian Kiefer in the 13. To his outside from Sidebite Motorsports, it's going to be Devin Nelson.
And your 5th row will be Dylan Wilson of the 4 Elite Motorsports car number 28. And to his outside, Joe Sass in the Warrior Racing car number 50. And Bazooka rounding out the field. Well, BJ, it is that time.
It is, Steve, as we are getting ready for 8 laps. One more time around. Side by side, we've got Blair and Nelson on the front row.
So let's look here. Rob Blair is...
Blair. They certainly like to make our jobs difficult, don't they, Steve?
They do, but that's okay. That's okay. I can tell you this. I don't see a Rob Blair.
I don't either.
So
I don't have
it's a 50-50 shot. Could be the real Rob Blair, or it could be the throwback Rob Blair. Who knows? But we're fixing to go green here at Volusia. As the base car is in, green flag is out. We're racing.
Blair off to a good start, diving down into turn number 1. He's got the 44 on the outside behind him. The 53 took a look to the inside, a little bit of contact. They're going to fall back down now. The 21 now goes to the inside. There's more contact further back through the field. Everybody's going to be able to keep it going straight. So we have a battle for the lead now between the 44 and the 011.
Rob Blair continues to lead. Daryl Nelson at second spot under heavy pressure was from Scott Smith to his inside. The 21, Damian Kiefer, in his hip pocket. He's in that fourth position as they go into turn number 1.
Side by side for second between Nelson and Smith. That's, man, the numbers got me all confused. That's going to be Smith in the 53 on the inside. He had the advantage through turns number 3 and 4 and off the corner. Back side by side. Once again, looks like the outside is going to be the stronger line through 1 and 2. Inside in 3 and 4. The 44 of Nelson has the spot right now. Going back through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Smith once again. Does not have the run off of turn number 4.
As we got 4 laps to go, Smith to the inside, Nelson to his outside. The 21 of Damian Kiefer up there too. One throw his name in the draw. Oh, Kiefer gets in the back of the 44. No harm, no foul. 3 laps to go for Rob Blair.
Damian Kiefer for a second there said, all right, I've had enough. It's time to go. Let's get a move on. I am here. I am looking to get by. Will you guys get going? But meanwhile, up front, Blair's loving what he's seeing behind him as these guys running side by side is allowing Blair to just pull away from the field right now. Damian Kiefer's now got that third spot around the outside, following Nelson right through past Smith.
Coming to the white flag, the final lap for Rob Blair, your race leader at 1:15. The battles for second, that's Daryl Nelson, Damian Kiefer, and Scott Smith. And don't forget Dylan Wilson right there in the hip pocket of Smith. He makes contact. We got 2 cars, one heavy in a wall. That looks like that would be Damian Kiefer. Rob Blair picking up the win. Darren Nelson second. Dylan Wilson third. Scott Smith fourth. And here is your official results on the board. Rob Blair, Daryl Nelson, Dylan Wilson, Scott Smith, Clint Smith, Devin Nelson, Joe Sass, and then you got Joey Reeder, Damian Kiefer, Nick Hoffman, and Bazooka. Here is your starting lineup for heat race number 2 is Talon Norco. And to his outside, we all know ain't Art Leonard because this guy can't drive. It's Nick Leonard in the 20 machine.
Inside row number 2 from Midsouth, it's going to be Chris Wall in the 32. And to his outside in 399 Esports machine, it's going to be Brandon Marlowe in the 37.
Row number 3 be Hunter McCoy in the 22. And Taylor Elliott to his outside in the 43 machine.
Inside row number 4, it's not Scott Bloomquist, but it's showing Scott Bloomquist in the 76. And to his outside from D1RT Racing, it is Desmond Busby.
Starting your 5th row will be Chance Carter, Rocket Esports, car number 2. And to his outside is Ronnie Throop in the 39. And rounding out the rear of the field will be Billy Scott in that 101.
So quick update to Scott Bloomquist driver is going to be Josh Gosland or Gosland. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say that. I'm going to go with Gosland.
Josh Gosling. All right. Well, Talon Norco, your pole sitter at heat race number 2. Nick Leonard is outside. Lights are out. 8 laps of distance. BJ, someone's going to win a nice $100 payday today here at Volusia.
That's right, Steve. Someone is going to win that big $100. And man, I wish I was out there. I love this track. I'm loving these throwback wraps. It looks good. And pace car's off. Green flag is out. Norco brings them to the green. Good start for Norco. Nick Leonard there right behind him, staying right on his back bumper. Nick, not one to drive very often. We don't see him out in the car very often, but he's doing pretty good right here tonight. He falls back to 3rd. Wall's going to take a look to the inside for the lead. Not quite enough there through turns number 3 and 4.
Talon Norco continues to lead. Chris Wall in second. Hunter McCoy, Art Leonard. That's Nicky Leonard with Brandon Marlowe there in the Terry Phillips machine. The famous 75 of Terry Phillips. You can see him in the Mid-South area racing late models and UMPs. He's one of the old cats, BJ.
Yes, he is. It is good to see one of them back out there. Like I said, I'm loving these old wraps. Loving seeing cars out there like Terry Phillips, the old Bloomquist car. And right now, still leading the way, it is Talon Norco, followed by Jesse Wall. These drivers just running on the high side. One of the few drivers running on the inside right now is McCoy running in third. Steve can't help but wonder if he has found something nobody else can seem to find right now, as he is sticking right with the top two.
He definitely is, with 4 laps to go. Coming out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Talon Norco continues to lead. Wall in the second place. And then you have McCoy in third. 3 laps to go as you see him coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Wall to the inside of Norco. Out of turn number 4, BJ. 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go. Norco has been running strong this entire time. He is the car to beat right now. So we're coming through turns number 3 and 4, getting ready to take the white flag. Here come off of turn number 4. White flag is out. Norco still leading the way. Wall right behind him.
The final time out of turn number 2. Talon Norco continues to lead. Austin Hines in a 71 machine. The throwback of Chris Wall out of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 2 win is Talon Norco. Austin Hines is second, Hunter McCoy third, Nick Leonard fourth, Brandon Marlowe, Chance Carr, Desmond Busby, Scott Bloomquist, Tyler Elliott, Bill Scott, and Thrope.
Maybe I should just stick to numbers. I was thinking that was Jesse Wall. I'm so used to seeing Jesse before the name Wall on here. But our final results for heat number 2 is going to be Talon Norco coming in home in the lead. Chris Wall, I forget who you said that was, in second. Hunter McCoy third. Nick Leonard fourth. Brandon Marlowe fifth. Chance Carr sixth. Desmond Busby. Scott Bloomquist, not Scott Bloomquist. Taylor Elliott, Billy Scott, Ronnie Throop. Hang out the field.
Well, heat race number 3 will look like this. Jonathan DeVries there in the 91. To his outside, it's Scott Fritz.
Inside row number 2, it is not enough time to go. It is Bobby Pearson of 35. To his outside, it is Jimmy Mars.
Row number 3 to the inside is Rick Johnson in the 92. And to his outside, Cody Knott in the 17.
Inside row number 4 from Rocket Esports, it's going to be Jason Moore. To his outside, it's going to be, I forget who that one was, but Skip Arp in the 1.
Your 5th row will be Don O'Neill. And Camden Johnston to his outside. And bringing up the rear, it's Jason Korn.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
It's corn time.
Well, if you want to go holing, isn't that where you throw a little thing in the thing? Like a little sandbag?
Yeah, you throw a little corn bag, actually. It's supposed to be corn. It's filled to a board with a hole in it, and you got to go through the hole. I can't believe you said corn hoeing on here, Steve.
My bad.
Jonathan DeVries and Scott Fritz side by side. Get ready to bring us to the green. I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. Hopefully we're entertaining you at home watching this. The Midsouth Mafia throwback race. Jonathan DeVries bringing us to the green with Scott Fritz, that 25 to his outside. 8 laps the distance. Pace truck is in with Racehead. Good start there for Jonathan. And you look at Scott Fritz to his outside. You know, Scott Fritz had 3 wins on the season with the Bluegrass Fixed Pro late models. Looking pretty good here tonight. Currently running second down into turn number 3. Side by side with DeVries out of turn number 4. Give it to DeVries at the line. But Fritz, he's battling hard, BJ, on the outside.
It absolutely is. You know, Steve, I feel like all week long we've been talking about Scott Fritz. We've been seeing him in a number 1 machine and number 01 all week long. And tonight he looks like a 25 on that car, I do believe. And he has shown once again that he is a strong driver, both on dirt and on asphalt, as he takes the lead away from DeVries down into turn number 1.
Well, you look at that Stacker 2, Jimmy Marr's machine there. You know, Jimmy Marr's son races on iRacing every once in a while.
Yes, he does.
He does. So it's good to see that little throwback. Then you see Jason Moore in the 11 to 71 of Don O'Neill. Meanwhile, Scott Fritz is picking up a huge lead out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 4 laps to go for Scott Fritz.
Scott Fritz running good, running strong, started outside front row, quickly took the lead, and now it is all his race to lose. Jonathan DeVries still running in second. Then you go back about another half second. You got Mars, then on back. You got the battle going on. This is for, I believe that is 4th and 5th right there, or 5th and 6th.
Now you can see Jason Cord up to that 6th position in that 1 machine with 92 of Rick Johnson. But meanwhile, look at Scott Fritz going into turn number 3, coming out turn number 4. The white flag is going to wave. BJ, bring us home.
Down into turn number 1, Fritz running the high side. DeVries running. It looked like he was running right around the middle through 1 and 2. Going to be about the same through 3 and 4. Fritz runs through the slick, slides up to the top. He's going to take the win, followed by DeVries, Moore, Mars, O'Neill, Korn, Johnson, Pierce, Arp, Knott, and Johnston was already out of the race.
Well, there's the official results on the board for Rich DeVries, Moore, Mars, O'Neill, Korn, Johnson, Pierce, Arp, Knott, and Johnston. Here's your starting lineup for the heat race. It be Chris Ferguson, and it's not the real Chris Ferguson, and Casey Kane in the 18.
Okay. Inside of row number 2, we'll just say Isaac. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. 2's outside. It is going to be from Midsouth Mafia, James Braswell in the 109.
Your third row inside to be Dave Zimmerman. To his outside, it's Cody Nevin.
Inside row number 4, it's going to be Kevin Gundaker. And to his outside from Chip Bangers Racing, it's going to be Davin Cardwell.
Cameron Kornmeyer in a 29 to his outside to 19 of Mike Augustine. And rounding out the field, he graced us with his appearance. It's Jeff Gordon.
And Jeff Gordon being another driver. Oh, yes, I do. We got Jordan Gross in the house.
Oh, that's gross.
The fake Chris Ferguson getting ready to bring us to the green flag. And to his outside, the fake Casey Kane.
I like it when you have throwbacks. And I'm going to tell you something, a little story that I like. I do like to see the 18 of Casey Kane, the 66 of Bill Fry there, and some of the other cars. Now, I will say this, and do not judge me by what I'm fixing to say. Is Chris Ferguson even old enough to be considered a throwback? Just curious.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with
He was racing in the 90s. There's quite a few of them from the 90s tonight.
Okay, all right. I
think he was anyway. I think he was.
I mean, he should be thankful. I think he's young. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I've been on iRacing long enough. I could throw in an old rap and call it a throwback.
That second row inside looks like your throwback.
Right? It kind of does.
The pace truck is in. We're racing out of turn number 4. A little beating and banging on the start of that race. But, hey, Chris Ferguson takes the early lead. BJ, do you know who's driving the 99?
I am looking, and I am unable to find the Chris Ferguson in this list. So I have no idea who the fake Chris Ferguson is here tonight.
Well, Isaac is in that second spot there. Then you got Cody Nevin in the 85 machine. And James Braswell Jr. driving the 66 machine. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Into turn number 1, down to turn number 2. Look at that Bill Fry machine go. That 66 is looking pretty sweet here tonight.
Yes, it definitely is. Flying up through the field, Cody Nevin showing that he is one of the best once again. And you know, Steve, Nevin wasn't always up there. He just recently seems like he started figuring it out, and now look at him proving himself out there.
Definitely is right now. That is Nick King out in lead in the Ferguson machine. I'll tell you my age right there here. So Bill Fry, that car that you see out on track, I was racing when that car was racing. We were on the track the same time together. That tells you how old I am. Nick King way out in front in the 22 Fergie machine. Out of turn number 4, we're giving the 2 laps to go signal. 2 laps to go this time.
Nick King definitely got himself the hot seat, got himself a good position to start out this race as we head down into turn number 3. Braswell in the 66 right on his heels, slowly reeling him in. Nevin.
Yes, Nevin rolling them in. They're balanced side by side. Nick King down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. The battle's on for second right now between Nevin and Braswell. Out of turn number 4. Give it to Nick King with the win. Braswell second. Third is Cody Nevin. Dave Zimmerman, Isaac, Davin Cardwell, Mike Augustine, Kevin Gundaker, and Jeff Gordon. So, BJ, I mean, we should really feel ecstatic to have Jeff Gordon here tonight.
We really should. But for some reason, I really don't.
Well, the bad thing, Casey Cade, I mean, he didn't do too good this race. He finished 11th, and Cameron Cormier finished 10th. Well, here's your starting lineup for this heat race right here. And, you know, the 44 of Clint Smith and Don O'Neill. This is an LCQ on your front row.
Inside row number 2 is going to be Devin Nelson from Sidebike Motorsports. So his outside is going to be Jason Korn.
Row number 3, be Joe Six and Rick Johnson in the 92 machine.
Inside row number 4, it's going to be Joey Reeder in the 011. To his outside is going to be Bobby Pierce.
And row number 5, be Damian Kiefer and Skip Hart.
Row number 6 is going to be Nick Hoffman and Cody Knott.
And your 7th row, let's see here, will look like this. Bazooka and Camden Johnson. Well, BJ, 12 laps is the distance. It's going to be a short time to get there. We're going to have to make John Darby our person tell us who's who.
Yeah. I started writing some of them down to try to get their numbers and everything, but the problem is by the time I do that and then I look back at my sheet of paper and I look back up and we're not even talking about the same person anymore.
Philip Powers on the pole in the 44 Clint Smith machine. And then the 71, that is Jacob Fields driving Don O'Neill's car, number 71.
And you know, it's not a very common thing to see Jacob Fields in an LCQ.
Well, the reason why, he's not the real deal.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is very true. But,
now, when he's in his 007, he's the real deal. I get that.
Yeah. But, it's not his car. He's not comfortable. But green flag is out, taking the top 4 here tonight. The 44 of, I forget who said that was, of Smith down into turn number 1, leading the way. The 007 of Jacob Fields looking to his inside. Hot on his heels, though, is going to be Nelson right there with him.
Well, you look right there. That is Philip Powers in the 44 machine. Under attack with Jacob Fields on his outside. Into turn number 3 right now. That 44 machine continues to lead, but look at Fields with a run on the outside. Fields gets him at the line, 10 laps to go.
Jason Corn looking strong as well, sticking his nose in the mix. We got almost a 4-car battle for the lead. You can throw a blanket over the top 4. You don't look now, but here comes the 5th and 6th place drivers. That's going to be Cease and Kiefer right there, looking to throw their hat in the mix.
Definitely. Look at Kiefer in that 21 machine, currently running 6th. Look at Jason Corn. He's up to 4th. Meanwhile, the 71 of Don O'Neill machine of Jacob Fields, your race leader. He's look a little further back. You got the Smith car and Devin Nelson battling side by side. And Corey Roberts driving Nick Hoffman machine tonight.
That's right, he is. Man, I don't know how you're keeping up with all this.
It's John Darby. I mean, I'm going to have to pay him after this race.
Yeah.
And the UDTV Facebook chat. Thank you, John.
What?
Philip.
How do you keep up with all the names?
Because probably he painted half of them.
Oh, that's a very good point. Caution flag waves for the first time tonight. So we take a quick look back. We're looking at the 21 of Damian Kiefer. Gets into the back of the 44. Just gets mixed up. Cars get stuck with nowhere to go, and right into the back of Kiefer again. He goes around through turns number 1 and 2.
All right. Jacob Fields in a 71 machine. Nelson in the Devin Nelson in the 28. Third is Joe Sass, and then you got Philip Powers in the Clint Smith machine, car number 44. Jason Korn in the 1 machine. Rick Johnson. Who's driving the Rick Johnson machine? Come on, Darby.
All right.
Help me out. We all know BJ has to read. So
me and reading don't get along. I got my education in North Central West Virginia.
But it's pretty cool, the throwback scheme. The drivers really came out. The cars looking awesome. And and I'm probably right to say John Darby probably painted half of these cars at some point in time. Great job, Logan Johnson.
That would definitely be my guess.
I asked him who drove, but I can't remember which car I asked he was driving. So what car is Logan Johnson driving?
The 92 Johnson, I believe.
Oh, okay. Rick Johnson's car. All right. All righty. Lights are out. We're fixing to go back. Green flag. Race it out. Turn number 4. Jacob Fields and Devin Nelson on your front row for this restart. Pace truck looking to pull in. We're back to racing here in your LCQ. Good start for Fields. Oh, Rick. Rick Johnson, yeah. Rick Johnson is Logan Johnson. How about that?
Yeah. All right. So at least we can say Johnson and we're still right. Leading the way, Jacob Fields. Oh, we got a car around in the back, but the white flag is out. It's too late to throw a caution. Fields doing what Fields does, and he's leading the way over Devin Nelson. Devin Nelson sticking right with him. They're keeping him honest. He's going to look to make a move in turns 3 and 4. Fields keeps the door closed on him, goes to the bottom, coming off turn number 4. It's going to be Jacob Fields for the win. Nelson second, Cease third, Smith fourth, and Johnson fifth.
What some good racing we saw here in this LCQ. Really, John Darby's keeping us honest, to be honest.
Yes, he is. Thank you very much, John. It is greatly appreciated.
As you see your official results there, you see the Jacob Fields, Devin Nelson, Joe Sassig, Clint Smith. That one was Philip Powers. Here is the B main starting the lineup, and on the pole in the 37 is Brandon Marlowe. To his outside is Isaac in the 22.
Yep. Inside row number 2 from Rocket Esports, it's going to be Chance Carr. And to his outside, it's going to be Davin Cardwell in the 70.
Row number 3 be Desmond Busby in the 82 and Mike Augustine in the 19.
Inside row number 4, it's going to be Scott Bloomquist on the inside. To his outside, it's Kevin Gundaker.
Row number 5 is Taylor Elliott and amazing Jeff Gordon to his outside.
Inside row number 6, it's going to be Billy Scott. The 101 to his outside, it's going to be Cameron Cormier in the 29.
And rounding out your field, it's Roddy Thrope. And to his outside, it's Casey Kane.
You know, I'm going to be honest, Steve. I'm more excited about Casey Kane being in the field than what I am Jeff Gordon. I never was a Jeff Gordon fan.
Well, you know
Makes
what?
a good commentator, I think.
I never liked Jeff Gordon growing up. I always was the Mark Martin fan, to be honest. Jordan Gross and Jeff Gordon. I was Mark
still
Martin.
like Mark Martin.
That was my favorite driver. So, yeah. I mean, I wasn't too kind, Jeff Gordon, you know. But when Mark Martin retired, I actually appreciated all the championships that Jeff Gordon won, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I give it to him. Jeff Gordon was pretty good. But, you know, I like Mark Martin. I like both son and father Earnhardt. I never was a Jeff Gordon fan until he started announcing, and I liked him better as an announcer than a driver. But pace car is off. Green flag is out. Brandon Marlowe sending us down into turn number 1. The name that I cannot pronounce.
That's Isaac?
Isaac, okay. I don't have that on there, really. So Isaac right behind him. We are now 3, almost 4 wide for the second position coming out of turn number 4.
Oh,
heavy contact.
Devin Cardwell.
Around the first straightaway.
Davin Cardwell and Zach getting into it. Caution out on the racetrack. Let's take a look at your instant replay. Looking out of turn number 4, right at the cameras.
They about made us get a new camera there.
Definitely, they almost did. That's for sure. You saw them 3 wide there. The 2 came up a little bit, pushed Davin up, and ran out real estate on that front straightaway.
Driver getting the short end of the stick on that one. That was the 32 of Isaac. Let's see if I can figure this one out. Dio Oliveira.
Sure, we'll go with that. Your first caution in your B-Bay tonight. Marlowe, Carr, and Busby. You know, so like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, these drivers, they're having fun. They're doing throwbacks. So the admins of the drivers have fun went in and changed their names to the driver they're representing. Now, if they filled out an SDK profile, that is the software we use for timing and scoring, their real name will appear on timing and scoring. If they have never filled out SDK profile, you see the driver they're racing for tonight in the throwback. Green flag is out. Marlowe to the race lead, Busby to the outside, and a 0-0 of Smith there. And, you know, this has been a long time since I've seen the 0-0 Smith car. You know, I used to love seeing him come out. Freddie Smith, when he was used to race in the Hava Tampa late models, won several Hava Tampa championships. Freddie Smith did.
Yeah, I was excited myself to see another 0-0, the Bazooka 0-0 out here tonight. That was a car I remember seeing as a kid. I don't even remember where I saw that, but we had almost an identical replica that raced at our local track too, driven by a driver named Harper when I was a kid too. That was always an awesome car to see. Brandon Marlowe still leading the way. Desmond Busby right behind him. Augustine right up the back bumper of these 2 drivers, looking for a way around. He's going to back off out of 2. These guys still side by side for the race lead through turns number 3 and 4. Out the line, it's going to be Busby on the outside.
Busby driving a Freddie Smith 0-0 machine, gets the lead out turn number 4. Marlowe and a Terry Phillips throwback machine to his inside. Good racing side by side. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. 3 laps to go for Desmond Busby as Chance Carr is driving Dwayne Hummel's car, and you got Davin Cardwell driving Terry English throwback.
You know something else I think I just realized, Steve?
What?
You look at that number 0 that Mike Augustine is running there in third. That's Rick Eckert's throwback car. That looks an awful lot like the Chris McGuire car we used to see all the time.
Yeah, they used to have Chris McGuire. That's how he did his number. But white flag is in the air. Busby, 1 lap to go down the back straightaway. Augustine and Marlowe, 1, 2, and 3 car in that last transfer spot. Out of turn number 4, coming to the checker. Give it to Desmond Busby. Mike Augustine, Brandon Marlowe, Chance Carr, Cameron Cormier, Kevin Gundaker, Billy Scott, Jeff Gordon, Taylor Elliott, Isaac running through, Davin Cardwell, Scott Bloomquist, and Casey Kane round out your field. Well, BJ.
Well,
we wait for the official results on the board. Busby, Augustine, Marlowe, Carr, Cormier, Gundaker, Scott, Gordon, Elliott, Zach, Throop, Bloomquist, Cardwell, and Kane round out your field as we have a 3-minute warm-up on the track. As these drivers have been told not to go on the track, so they're probably going to advance it. We'll just have to see. And, John, you're right. Well, Stephen Ring, I'm glad your nipples know when it's raining.
I'm going to leave that one alone. I think that's my best bet here.
But yeah, John Darby was right that that Chris McGuire still has his number that way.
Yeah, but he changed the paint scheme up. But I think I just found out that Chris McGuire is a Rick Eckert fan or something along those lines. Just likes his car maybe, but that's a neat little bit of information.
Definitely a bright sunny day here in Volusia. You know, I mean, a lot of people don't know that even Brett Wheeler is here tonight. He is feeding. He's at the gator pond. He's not interested in the races. He's at the gator pond feeding the gators to little Joeys from Australia. He brought a big duffel bag full of little Joeys in there, and he's feeding them one by one.
Brett's looking at the gators. You get a Joey. You get a Joey. You all get a Joey. oh, this car's on track.
But let's give it up for the whole Midsouth Mafia Racing esports team. I mean, they have done one heck of a show to, put on so far. This throwback race has been kind of awesome to see. I mean, especially me. I'm in my just turned 40, BJ. And some of these cars are what I was used to when I was like 10 years old. Or even 16 when I was racing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these cars, the paint schemes, I'm like, wow, that goes way back in time.
There are some of the coolest paints I've seen on the dirt side on iRacing out here tonight. I am loving this stuff. I just wish that there were more cars that I recognized from my childhood or local to me. But it seems like everybody here is from the Mid-South area. The only one I recognized was Bazooka.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, in the late 80s and early 90s, what the World of Outlaws is now, used to be like the Hava Tampa Cigar Super Late Ball Series. Just travel the United States. You would see Bill Fry racing in it. And he was a local from Arkansas. You would see Freddie Smith. You will see quite a few, like Wendell Wallace. Arkansas had a lot of drivers in the Hava Tampa Late Model Series back then. National stars. Billy Moyer. I mean, to name a few. There was a lot of good Central Arkansas talent that was on the main stage. But you know what, BJ? It's 40 laps of races. Someone's going to pick up $100. Here's your starting grid for tonight's race. On the pole would be Rob Blair to 115. To his outside, it's Talon Norco into 21.
Inside row number 2 is going to be Scott Fritz, and to his outside, Chris Ferguson.
Row number 3 to the inside is Daryl Nelson. To his outside, from the windows to the wall, it's Chris Wall.
Inside row number 4, it's going to be Jonathan DeVries, and to his outside, James Braswell Jr.
Well, this man claims he has a lot of money. And car number 28, let me tell you something. If he could put his money where his mouth is, he would make a fortune in winnings. It's Dylan Wilson. And to his outside is Hunter McCoy in the Midsouth Mafia.
Inside row number 6, it's going to be Jason Moore. And to his outside is going to be Cody Nevin.
Start row number 7 be Scott Smith in the 53. To his outside is Art Leonard, Nick Leonard in car number 20.
Inside row number 8, it's going to be Jimmy Mars. And to his outside, Dave Zimmerman.
His roll off 18th or 17th might be Don O'Neill to 07. It is Jacob Fields. To his outside is Desmond Busby in D1RT Racing car number 82.
Devin Nelson's going to make up the inside of row number 9. To his outside, Mike Augustine.
And 21st might be Joe Sasson Warrior Racing car number 50. To his outside, Brandon Marlowe to 37.
Row number 12 is going to be Clint Smith, and rounding out the field is going to be Chance Carr.
All right. Well, I'm not going to be a betting man because I don't want to lose nothing tonight, okay?
But Steve.
Last time I almost lost the house. I can't do that. Then I'll be feeding feeding the gators with little Joeys. Base car is off. We're fixing to go racing here for 40 laps. $100 going to the winner tonight. Good showing for the throwback race presented to you by the Midsouth Mafia. Your early race leader is Blair in the 115 machine. Actually, 111. And the 07 there of Norco looking to his inside, took the lead into turn number 1. Now look at Fritz at a 25. Curly up to second. Rob Blair falls back to third. Look at Chris Ferguson, or Nick King, in that 22 machine.
What a run by Norco to take the lead off the bottom there. I think he found something. I can't believe more drivers aren't running that line. So we have a little bit of contact back there. That's going to be for 4th, 5th, and 6th. We're 3 wide out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Still 3 wide into turn number 3. These drivers doing a great job so far to keep it clean, staying side by side by side. Looking almost 4 wide now down into turn number 1 as they get up to the back of, yep, whoever that is in the Chris Ferguson machine. I cannot remember the names.
Well, right now, Talon Norco continues to lead. Scott Fritz in that second spot there. Then you got third, Rob Blair, Chris Ferguson, and Chris Wall. Your top 5 going a little further back. In 6th is James Braswell Jr., Daryl Nelson, Jason Moore, Scott Smith, Hunter McCoy. Your top 10. Then you got Cody Nevin, John DeVries. Then you got Nick Littert, Dave Zimmerman, Mike Augustine currently running 15th. Then you got Don O'Neill, Desmond Busby, Brandon Marlowe, Jimmy Mars, Devin Nelson, and Dylan Wilson. Clint Smith, Joe Sasson, Chance Carr rounding out your field. But right now on lap number 7, the 07 of Talon Norco way out in front. And there's the 48, or driving a 25 tonight, is Scott Fritz in that second spot.
These two drivers are the class of the field right now as they're just running away from the field. The 111 of Blair still sitting in third. Wall and Braswell round out your top 5 as we have a good battle going on right now for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Still a 3-car battle, 2 and 3 wide, running out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they go, heading into turn number 3 now, still looking 2 and 3 wide for those positions.
As Norco continues to lead, Fritz in second. Now you're looking at whole field coming down to the start-finish line. Good side-by-side racing as 9 laps are in the books here. at Volusia for the throwback race presented to you by the Midsouth Mafia. The the 07. That car is on a tear. Scott Fritz in second, the 25 machine, the Tyler Berry Motorsports machine. Caution out.
Fritz had just began gaining on them when the caution came out. Replay coming to you momentarily. Here it is. You see the 28 machine running right there, right through the slick to turns number 3 and 4. It's like he's going to slide up the track in front of the stacker number 28. There's already contact going on in front of him. The 2 machine. It's like he gets picked up from behind, sent around, and flipped. 28 gets into the 0 of Mike Augustine from the checkup, collecting several drivers into this caution.
Well, tough luck there. And so the Fergie machine is Dustin Price. Dustin Price driving the 22 machine.
5 laps from now, I'll forget that, but thank you.
Tyler Norco, your race leader, Scott Fritz, Chris Wall, Rob Blair, and James Braswell Jr. From the windows to the wall. The sweat drops down my eyebrows.
I thought it worked today. Been roofing in 90-degree weather, man. This is awesome stuff. These drivers, Steve, tonight, they are putting on a fantastic show tonight. And lights are out on the pace car. They're going to double them back up. Fritz on the outside of Norco. They're getting ready. Fritz looking to get a good run on Norco this time and try to get that lead down into turn number 1. Track's kind of starting to go a little bit one-lined right now. Not very many drivers able to make that bottom and middle lines work right now. So we're going to be interesting to see if Fritz is going to have anything for Norco's. Pace car is off. Green flag is out. Norco bringing him out of turn number 4.
Oh, we got one around. That's Hunter McCoy. Spun out on pit entrance there. As we stay green out turn number 2, Tyler Norco continues to lead Scott Fritz and Chris Wall. Wall is driving it hard on the inside, but give it to Norco, Fritz, Wall, Blair, and Braswell, your top 5. You know, BJ, I was reading, I said I'm old. My screen to look at this on my phone is real tiny. So John Darby's camping right now. I almost thought he said he was cramping right now.
I'm going to leave that one alone because where my mind just went is not fit for the workspace.
I was going to say, I don't know where you live. I can't send you no mess. And then I realized it's camping. Now I'm jealous. Now I'm really jealous that he's camping.
Me too. I've not had a vacation in years.
Right now, you look at the battle there between 11, Jason Moore, Scott Smith, and Dylan Wilson. Good 3-way battle. And then a little further back at Dave Zimmerman, James Braswell Jr. Oh, we got contact, and we save it down the back straightaway. Oh, now we got a new race leader. Look at Scott Fritz battling Norco there, but Norco gets him at the line.
Fritz found the inside. I was talking earlier, be interested to see how he was going to go after Norco if he got up to him. And, well, he did, and he has chosen the inside line. Not many cars had done it up to this point, but now we've got a whole line of them looking at the bottom. Now Norco's going to look to the inside. Fritz is going to try the outside. This is actually opening the door for Wall. Wall's going to get down the inside. Looks like a little bit of contact off of turn number 2. No harm, no foul. Drivers continue on. Wall still digging around the inside through the middle through 3 and 4 there. Still making it work. We got a car up on his side. That's going to be the number 1 Rayburn chassis.
Dylan Wilson there. Caution out on the racetrack. Dylan Wilson bringing out the second caution tonight. In the 1. Look at the 6-6. The Bill Fry machine gets into him. Lifts him on the side.
It's going to be James Braswell, I do believe, in the 66. Getting into him.
What a race up front, BJ. What a race for that second spot there with Chris Wall and Scott Fritz.
It really has, these drivers putting on a show. Really, Steve, the top 5, top 6, as long as they get up together, they stick there and they battle it out good. It seems like it's all dependent on the restarts as to whether or not they're able to stick with each other. Looks like lights are...
They're still on.
Still on.
There's James Braswell, Jeter in the back of the pack there, being charged with that caution. Tyler Norco, your race leader into 07. Actually, the lights might be going out because they're tightening up down the back straightaway.
They may have switched the lights off there. Yes, they have. The pace car's going to dive in, and Norco's going to bring him back to the green once again. Wall sticking right on him. What a start by Wall on the outside.
He said from the windows, from the wall, I'm going to throw this car on you. He's trying to go for the race lead in turn number 3. Tyler Norco continues to lead. We got him stacking up out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. This is the Talladega big one.
Ooh. We got cars flying everywhere. Most of the field involved in that one, I think the top 4 cars were the only ones to not have some sort of contact out of that caution. Steve, I think they forgot to put the brake pedal in, or they forgot to replace the brake line when they broke out these old cars.
Something. Let's look at it. Coming down the front straightaway, the Talladega big one. You see that car sideways in turn number 4. That starts it. And then he got one group going towards the outside wall, one towards the inside wall. The track is 100% covered coming down the front straightaway. And then you see the Rick Eckert Zero machine, the Chris Ferguson machine upside down. There's the Bill Fry machine getting around. Well, I don't know what to tell you. This really was kind of exciting wreck there. I mean, it's like what you saved your lunch money for.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty much the entire field involved in this caution. Even cars that do check them, you see them down there on the bottom. Looks like they even end up with contact. There's an obstacle course here trying to get through there.
As you look, ooh, oh,
several cars upside down.
Well, one thing we do got to say, BJ, we've been broadcasting all week, and we want to thank the Midsouth Mafia for allowing us just to be crazy tonight. Having fun, bringing the broadcast. Thank you, Jacob Keith, for tuning in. You're watching the Midsouth Mafia throwback race here at Volusia. As Norco continues to lead, Wall to the inside. There's the 25, Fritz in third. Desmond Busby and the Freddie Smith throwback currently moves past Fritz for that third position. And he's not done yet. He looks to the inside of Wall out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. But giving Norco at the line, Wall and Busby, Fritz and Nevin, your top 10.
Yeah, Norco was happy as can be to see that caution come out. And then he got a good start over Wall that time. Here comes Busby looking to the inside of Wall. Wall... stuck on the outside now. He worked his way all the way up there on the inside, and then he went to the outside of Norco. That looks like it's going to bite him in the butt as Busby has got that inside digging. Caution flag waves.
Caution back out on the speedway. The 44 machine of Daryl Nelson gets in the back of the 2, then the 66 gets in the back of him. Well, tough luck there for those drivers.
Absolutely is. One driver is on his final warning before he is going to get parked. The word I am getting from race control.
Talon Norco continues to lead. Desmond Busby, Chris Wall, and Scott Fritz. Your top 4. From the windows to the wall.
I was trying to get information as to what the final warning was for, but I didn't hear them elaborate on it over the race comms. But Nick Leinert is heavy on these guys here tonight, doing what he does best.
Well, he was the first car out of the race, so he had to fill at home and, fill that void. Pace car is being, and we're back to green flag racing out. Turn number 4 coming down the front straightaway. Norco, Busby, Wall, Fritz, Nevin, your top 5. Then you got Joe Cease there and Dylan Wilson in the Rayburn number 1 machine. Then you got Dave Zimmerman in that 19 machine. Chance Carr in the 2. And then the 5 of Hunter McCoy. We have 15 to go here at Volusia, BJ.
Yeah, I'm starting to get used to doing the asphalt stuff, and it seems like it just goes on and on and on. I'm not used to laps ticking off this quick. But back where we are comfortable, Talon Norco has been leading the way this entire race. Norco got lucky with the draw in the heat race. Started up front, led the heat, won the heat, and he's been leading this entire race. Busby hot on his heels now. Wall sticking right there with him as well.
As Tyler Berry is driving the 19 machine tonight. Now I'm really confused. I gotta find the 19 machine because I'm looking at Mike Augustine 19.
I don't see a 19.
There it is. Right there. The Dave Zimmerman 19 machine. That's Tyler Berry in the Tyler Berry Motorsports. Caution out on the racetrack.
Caution flag waves once again. I believe this is our
Rob
fifth
Blair.
One for the heat.
Rob Blair coming out turn number 4. Oh no, it looked like Brett Wheeler let one of his Joeys loose and was on the track. Rob Blair ran over it, and that got him loose there out turn number 4.
Brett, if you're gonna throw a Joey out of the bag, it's gotta go in the river. But I gotta do this one for Brett and Nick here. Welcome to Volusia. Somebody's gotta win at Volusia. Right, there you go. had to do that one for Brett and Nick before the race was over. But the lights are out once again here on the pace car. 11 to go, Steve. They are single filed out now. Looking to get some green flag laps in now.
All right, 12 to go. Coming to 11 to go at the line. Talon Norco, Desmond Busby, Chris Wall, Scott Fritz, and Cody Nevin, your top 5. Here we go. Pace truck is in. Norco on the loud pedal out turn number 4. This field looking pretty sweet.
Absolutely love the speed shots down the front straightaway. Norco, that single file restart was the best thing he could have asked for. Busby sticking right with him, though. He's looking right up behind him. But Norco still getting that run off the corners. Fritz has fallen back to 4th, but he's looking to get back up there in that 25 machine, trying to get around the 71 of Wall.
Well, Norco continues to lead. Look at Busby now. He's got in, run about a car length distance behind Norco. Does he have anything for Talon? As they go, and turn number 3 coming out of turn number 4, coming to 8 laps to go here at Volusia. You're watching the throwback race presented to you by the Midsouth Mafia.
Talon Norco, this is one of the best races I've seen out of him, as he is led this entire race. Caution flag waves once again. Steve, we're down to 8 laps to go.
8 laps to go. The Fergie machine. Oh, gets a little bump in the rump by the 44. And around goes that 22. But let's give it up for these guys. I mean, tonight, the throwback series or throwback race, this race paying $100 to win, had over 40-something entries. And they've gone up against another late model race, and they don't even know it probably. That's $500 to win. And look at the talent that came out here tonight. So, kudos to the guys here tonight, putting on a show. Y'all deserve it.
Doing a fantastic job for sure. And, you know, when drivers choose $100 over $500, that just goes to show the class of the people putting on the show.
Definitely. That's 100% it, BJ. It's the 6th caution of the night. As the lights are out, the pace car looking to the infield. We're green flag racing. Coming to 7 to go at the line. Norco run that middle groove with Busby looking to his inside. Oh, Busby gets a little tap from Wall. Then he gets into Norco. They straighten it out. No harm, no foul as they continue to race out of turn number 4. Caution out on the speedway.
Caution flag wave. Steve, you said that last one was 6. So this one is our 7th caution of the night. As we take a look at our instant replay, we see the 44 going around.
And it said it was this car, but we all know it wasn't him. Oh, maybe because he stopped on the track there.
And getting word that the 44 caught the inside wall. And, yeah, I've been there more times than I care to mention. Here at Volusia, catching that inside wall, trying to cut that really tight line on the inside. But lights already out. Lights already out. We are single filed back up.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, I'm waiting on you.
I'm watching a different race, I guess.
Single file back out. Norco still leading the way. Busby second. Wall, Fritz, Nevin, your top 5.
Base truck is pulling in. We're back to racing. Coming to 6 to go at the line. Talon, Norco, Busby, Wall, Fritz, Nevin, McCoy, Carr, Zimmerman, Marlowe is he's there. Good racing now. Look at Busby looking to the inside of Norco as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Side by side, Norco goes high and wide there. Out of turn number 4, it's going to allow Busby to take the lead at the line. 5 laps to go, BJ.
A little bit of contact there down the front straightaway from Busby. Busby did a smart move, got his nose to the inside of Norco through 3 and 4, and that last lap caused Norco to have to slide up. That gave the position to Busby. Busby leading the way now. Norco sticking right with him. Norco's going to look to the inside, try to make the same move on Busby. Busby has been running the middle a lot of the race. He knows how to do it, Steve. He knows how to handle that slick and stick his position. And right now, he is standing his ground hard. Both drivers falling back.
Chris Wall to the race lead now because of that contact. And Fritz, Nevin, McCoy, Carr, Marlowe, Zimmerman, Cease, Norco, and O'Neill. That is Jacob Fields in that. Oh, no, the race leader around. We're on our 8th caution tonight.
One lap, we see Busby and Norco both go back because of tempers flying in contact, rubbing, beating, and banging. The very next lap, we see Wall go around in the exact same corner.
Chris Wall in the 71.
Good job to whip that thing around and keep it rolling, though. Well done on the save.
Well, only thing I can say to that comment, at least he drives underneath his own name.
Do, 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 do. It sounds like Chris Wall is going to be credited at fault for that one, as he pushed it into the turn a little too hard and ended up parking it on the nose of the car behind to keep from hitting the wall on the outside, and it ends up biting him in the back. You see the damage to the nose of our car sitting in second. That is the 85, I believe, of Cody Nevin. Scott Fritz. Steve, we've been talking about him all week long, and my voice just cracked. Look, that was interesting. We've been talking about him all week long. Scott Fritz has been one of the cars up front in everything we've called this week.
Definitely has. He has Scott Fritz in that 25 machine. The lights go out.
We have a green, white checkered, and it's still in the official laps, I do believe. We'll have lap 39, lap 40, and then the checkered flag. Fritz leading the way. Nevin in second. Nevin's got a lot of nose damage on that machine. He's going to have to fight to keep that second position. Pace car dives down towards pit road. Fritz bringing to the green flag out of turn number 4.
2 laps to go for Scott Fritz in that 25 machine. Nevin, McCoy, Carr, and Marlowe, your top 5. Marlowe running this Terry Phillips throwback. Caution back on the racetrack.
And that is caution number 10 on the night as we look to the replay.
Oh.
Right down the front straight. It looks like there's a big checkup up in front. The 11 slows down. The 28 doesn't see it happening. It gets right into the back of the 11. And we're going to roll right along. The lights are going out this time by. Both drivers involved in that caution are sitting pit side now. We're going to get things rolling. White, or green, true green-white checkered now is out. Yellow blacks have just come into effect from the race control. Means if another caution comes out, the car found at fault will be asked to park and not allowed to race the last 2 laps. But Steve, we're 1 to green.
We are 1 to green. Here comes Fritz bringing the field down. Out of turn number 4. Green flag is racing. Going in turn number 1. Fritz with your lead. Nevin and McCoy, Carr, Marlowe. $100 crisp dollar bill going to one of these lucky drivers. Out of turn number 4, the white flag's away with 1 more lap to go.
The nose piece of Nevin running in second is digging in the dirt, but he's doing everything he can to keep McCoy behind. This is opening the door. Fritz is just running away with this one. Fritz would have to make a massive mistake, but he's not going to as he rolls off of turn number 4. Fritz is going to take home the win of the Midsouth Mafia's throwback night. Nevin second, McCoy third, Carr fourth, and O'Neal rounding out your top 5 here tonight.
All right, some good racing we saw tonight. Let's go ahead and look at another spot for. Let's see if it. That has to be a little further back. So let's see. Rewind it. The good thing we had rewind in the old days.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll go with that.
All right, there's Fritz. Fritz in that second spot there. Fritz. All right, so right there, you're going to rewind it. Fritz gets loose. Looks like he made contact, or the 71 made contact inside wall there. Pushed up just a tad bit. And then Scott Fritz gets into the back of him. It's kind of hard telling that angle, but you can tell the rear end definitely bounces right there. And then Fritz gets into the back of him. That's what brought out the other caution.
And that is what brought Fritz to the win here tonight. Look at the damage that Nevin has there right behind Fritz on the nose piece. What a job by Nevin to bring that thing home in second with that nose damage.
Look at your results. Scott Fritz, Cody Nevin, Hunter McCoy, Chance Carr, Don O'Neill, Busby, Zimmerman.
Cease. And we got Cease, Marlowe, Nelson, Braswell, DeVries, Nelson, Smith, Wall, Moore, Nortco, top 18. And
let's see here. Try and get the rest. There we go. Jimmy Mars, Augustine, Ferguson, Blair, Wilson, and Nick Leonard round out your field. As we fix to have post-race interviews in just a second here.
So we are currently having minor technical difficulties. There we go. Steve's now got to figure it out.
All right, your race winner. Let's see who we have them for post-race interviews. Let's go down to Scott Fritz, BJ, with that interview.
Oop. You already brought him. All right. So, Scott, congratulations on your win here tonight in the Mid-South Mafia's throwback race. I feel like we've been doing a lot of talking to you lately.
Yeah, it's we've been having a good run here lately.
You brought it home, had another good one here tonight in that number 25 machine. Did you think you were going to have it there at the end?
They're freaking, they're 10, 15 to go. I was starting to get frustrated. I knew the car was amazing through the middle, and I just couldn't do anything with it with the cautions. And restarts were killing me. That's kind of how I ended up fourth when I was around second, and they were killing me. And then the seas kind of parted there, and somehow we wound up with the lead, and it was just on home from there.
Well, he definitely brought home a fantastic run and a fantastic looking ride. You're used to seeing you in the 1 and the 01 machine. Tonight you're out here in the 25. What's the throwback car you're driving?
Oh, it's David Williams. Really good late model racer down here in Maryland. My best friend DJ. He's watching right now. He's at the Show Me. He works for Kyle Bronson, but it's his dad's car, and his dad's back racing again now, and I'm crewing on his car, and this is one of his real old paints from early late mid 2000s. So glad to put on a show for him and everyone watching.
You definitely put on a show. You put on a fantastic show at that. Go ahead and thank your sponsors. Shout out to everybody who helped you get up there.
Yeah, obviously got to thank T-Berry Motorsports and everything. Usually in the 48 car on the dirt nights, but put this 25 in victory lane. And Majula C Speed Shop sets were amazing tonight. Majula C cars 1, 2, 3. Then 605 Race Tire Solutions, Landing Shot Designs for the paint. Wrath ATV, UTV, Butt Kicker, Bluegrass iRacing Series, and obviously you guys in the booth doing an amazing job as always.
Alrighty, congratulations again on your win. I believe, Steve, you caught up with our second place finisher of Cody Nevin.
Well, Cody came home in the second place tonight. Congratulations on that run. You got some damage on the nose, the rear end. I mean, just the driver's door and the roof look unscathed there.
Yeah, I thank you. I think we had just duct tape was the only thing holding that thing together at the end there. Absolutely, just a heck of a race. I had a blast out there.
Definitely some good running. I mean, look, we did have a lot of cautions here tonight, but did that help or hurt or hinder at the end?
You know, every time one come out, I was like, dang, I wish I wouldn't have come out. But yeah, I think it actually almost helped to kind of the single file research definitely helped, especially with how much damage I had. My teammate Hunter McCoy right behind me, he was definitely faster. I was holding him up. We were talking in Discord. I'm like, just don't run me over, Hunter. Don't run me over. But right behind me, no, definitely a good time. Fast. A little, a few more cautions of what you'd like to see, but all in all, racy track, good racing. I started way back in the field. There was a lot of checking up early on, so it was good to see that. But yeah, no, overall good race, I thought. So yeah,
definitely. Go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I got to give a big shout out to John Canta. He's a local Y-Soda late model driver here in Wisconsin, Minnesota area. Great guy. Getting up there in age now, so it's kind of cool to come out here and run a car that's won a lot of races, a lot of championships, a lot of track championships. Definitely a good time. I got to thank James Braswell and the Midsouth guys for putting this on and giving us a place to run. Absolutely just a blast of a race. Got to thank Majula C Speed Shop, obviously. Best setups on the iRacing platform. You guys want to go and see some speed and some improvements in your driving, go ahead over to Majula C Speed Shop and check those guys out. I got to thank Masturbator's Best Bear Breeding Company in all of the Midwest. I got to thank Midsouth Mafia, NLRA, Nickel Liner Racing Association, Midsouth. Obviously, James Braswell. I got to thank those guys. Wouldn't be here without them. Got to thank Ultimate Dirt TV, Spy Glassware, Go Lithium, MB Custom Race Cars, and everybody that just helps me out behind the scenes, and of course, you guys for broadcasting.
All right, that is Cody Nevin coming home in second. BJ, you caught up with our third place finisher?
That's right, I've caught up with Hunter McCoy. Hunter, you stayed pretty quiet most of the race and found yourself up in third at the end of it in that number 5 machine. What a run for you here tonight.
Yeah, it was a little frustrating at the beginning. I got shuffled all the way to the rear end, and there was a major pileup on the front stretch. I managed to get through that, and I'm just happy that I got all the way up there and made it through that wreck.
I don't think there's a car on the track that did not have damage by the end of this race. With all the cautions that were coming out, that helped you get up there, or do you think that was hurting you?
I'm pretty sure it helped me just a little bit, but not too much, just a little bit, because every time we go green, they bump up and mess up each other. Then going in the corners, they would hit the wall, and that would kind of help me move a spot up.
You did a fantastic job bringing that number 5 machine home in third place. Go ahead and thank your sponsors. Shout out to everybody who helped you get it done tonight.
Yeah, first off, I can't thank Midsouth Mafia Sim Sports for being part of the team. James Braswell Jr. for picking the paint scheme. KTM, NLRA, Majula Safe Speed Shop for the setup. It helps me win almost every race and run up front. And everybody who sticks around the car.
All right, well, congratulations again on your third place finish here tonight.
All righty, that's going to conclude our throwback race that live here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Midsouth Mafia and the gang did a good job putting on the show tonight. That's James Braswell Jr., Nick Leonard, and many more. So Thank y'all for putting on a great show. I'm Steve McMillan along with BJ Duvall. We're going to sign off and say good night and God bless.